Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Matt Harabid here, back with you again for another stupendous video. And in today's episode, I want to go over with you a ton of amazing email marketing strategies and best practices that you can use and implement today in your business. But before we get started, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the Success Nation by hitting the subscribe button down below and the notification bell beside that, as I'm dropping pure value content for you guys on business, marketing, and entrepreneurship on this channel every single day. Hey, let's get started. Okay, so why email marketing? What's so special about email marketing? Well, it is extremely powerful because it's a connection to an audience that you can sell to over and over again. Email marketing is an amazing asset and a skill to have and something to do in your business, obviously, because it's another piece in your arsenal that you can deploy to attract and grow your audience. Just like you're using social media to build your audience, just like you're using video marketing to build your audience. Email marketing is just another channel, another way that you can use to be able to promote your products, promote your services, build an audience, connect with that audience, and grow your authority and your brand. So just think about it this way. People are going to be coming to your website, and unfortunately, a lot of them are going to leave and bounce, and you're never going to see them again. So, you've already probably spent money on AdWords ads, on Facebook ads, on Twitter ads, on YouTube ads to get them to come to a sales page, a landing page. But unfortunately, like I said, most are going to leave. So how do you actually connect with them again? Well, you have a couple options. Retargeting, you can install obviously a Facebook retargeting pixel, Google retargeting pixel, for example. Or the other option is to get them on an email list. That way you have their email address. That way you have some sort of identity or a connection to them. That way you can contact them and get a hold of them again. That way they're not just a random visitor lost in space now. So what's the whole point of email marketing, you say? Well, think about it this way. If you're doing any type of paid traffic, if you're running paid ads such as Facebook ads or Google AdWords, the second you stop paying for those ads, your traffic source is going to dry up, obviously, unless you're doing SEO, search engine optimization, and getting traffic organically, of course. But think about it this way. Now that you have somebody on your email list, you've already paid for them originally somehow, whichever way you got them on your list originally to come on there. You can now, through the rest of time until they unsubscribe, which you hope they don't do, obviously, but you can keep promoting to them, you can keep communicating to them without paying anything because you've already paid that upfront cost, and now you can market to them for free over and over again. So in order to even do email marketing, you have to obviously have a bucket to put your contacts in the first place. So you need to use an email marketing service. There are obviously a number of great ones out there. You can use, for example, a very popular one, which is MailChimp. There's other players in the field as well, such as GetResponse, Aweber, and Constant Contact. But if you're looking for something more advanced, something with CRM capabilities and more sales automation and marketing automation, along with marketing automation capabilities, you can look at a couple different options as well, such as one of my favorites, which is ActiveCampaign, which are absolutely phenomenal for doing so many different types of autoresponder series and triggers depending on what action people take. And the other option, obviously, is to use Infusionsoft. So now that you have the system in place to start capturing people, you obviously need to have something to give them in order to have somebody give you their email address, because nobody's really going to give you their email address for free. So say you have a blog, which is a great way to obviously attract visitors to your website using content marketing for people that come in and read your articles. What you can do is you can offer them, in exchange for their email address, a guide or a free ebook. From there, the system that you're using will obviously automatically send out that PDF, a piece of content, and obviously send it out to them as soon as they enter and subscribe to your email list. Another thing you can offer people for exchange for their email address, of course, is if you're running an e-commerce store. Well, what you can do is you can say, you know what, if you sign up right now, we'll give you 25% off your first purchase. We can send you a coupon code. So that's another great way if you're running an e-commerce store or a type of shop to actually get people to give you their email address that way by providing a discount or a coupon code. So you don't have to just rely on people visiting your website, your blog, your e-commerce store organically to be able to capture their email address. What you can do is you can run actually Facebook ads to a landing page and offer people a free ebook in exchange for their email address. So another great way to capture people's email addresses is obviously if you're you're running a webinar, you're obviously going to have people coming in to a landing page to, sign up and register for that webinar. And what are they going to do? They're obviously going to have to put in their email address. And from there, now you've been able to capture that email address, and you can start offering them and promoting to them after the webinar. You can send webinar replays if they didn't watch it, and you can obviously promote complimentary products and services to them after the webinar as well. Again, if you're running an e-commerce store, the best way to obviously get people on your email list is obviously your people that already bought from you. Think about it this way. They had to put in obviously their email address to complete their order. They're no longer cold traffic. Okay, you can now start promoting to them different sales, promotions, offers over and over to them. And these customers are obviously accustomed to your brand now. They've now made a purchase, even if it was $1. They're obviously a customer now because of the fact that they paid you. So you can now start promoting to them as a warm and a hot lead, obviously, because they've already done business with you and they're more accustomed with your brand, and they're more likely to now buy from you again because they've already had that initial interaction with you. No matter what business you're running or what industry you're in, you have to start building up an email list. Email is one of the most powerful ways to communicate with people. People obviously check their email. The first thing they do when they wake up, it's the last thing usually what they do before going to bed. It's oftentimes more powerful than social media or video marketing. The reason for this is because it's more personal. It's just like text messages. When somebody receives an email, you're talking to them directly, okay? It's not like a social media post where you're talking to your entire audience. When somebody receives an email address, they obviously feel that human level that you're having a one-on-one conversation with them. That's why it is so powerful. So the next thing to consider is what type of email are you going to be sending? Are you going to be sending, you have a couple options, obviously, plain text email or an HTML email. Well, that actually depends on what type of industry you're in and what you're trying to do, obviously, what's your end goal. Because if you're a personal brand, okay, if you're a personal brand or have a blog, I would recommend sending out more plain text emails because they're, like I said, more personal. But if you're running an e-commerce store, you want to run and send out, I should say, HTML type emails because those obviously allow you to have big, beautiful, colorful photos to showcase your products that you're offering. So that obviously depends on what your objective is, and what type of business you're running will depend on what type of email you send out. So the other thing to consider is you don't want to get too far ahead of yourself. When you're crafting an email, you want to look at one piece at a time. So for example, the first thing you really have to worry about is your subject line. Your subject line is super important because if your subject line doesn't do the job, doesn't have the sort of clickbait, doesn't have the sort of urgency, doesn't really strike an emotion, they're not even going to see the rest of your email. They're not even going to open it, obviously, and that's going to be detrimental to your entire email marketing campaign. So step number one there is make sure you work on and craft your email subject lines, and make sure you can also do A/B testing to see which one performs better. Once you perfect and master that, then jump on to the next section. You need to worry about then, okay, the content, the body of the email. Because remember, the subject line, the subject line's only job is to get people to open the email. That's it. Once people open the email, the body text, okay, the job of the body text and the messaging, the copy, the articulation, the way you say things, its job is to get people to a website, to a landing page, to an offer, okay, to a webinar, to buy a book or a product, whatever you're selling, okay? So each step has its purpose, okay? The one obviously after they get to that website, the job of your copy on the website, on the sales page, on your landing page is to get them to convert and take action, okay? So it's not just one flow. You have to break up each section at a time, and then from there, you have to obviously just focus on getting the email subject line just to get people to open the email, the body text to get people to get to a website landing page, and then from there, your sales copy on your landing page on that website, okay, can do the rest of the job to make the sales. So make sure you separate each one of these, and that way it'll allow you to focus on the proper messaging and the better ways to test that messaging through A/B testing to make sure you have the most optimized copy. So if you haven't already started building up your email list, you got to start doing it today because it's extremely powerful. It's another tool in your toolkit that you can communicate to your audience, and it really, really helps to use your brand and your authority type marketing to be able to communicate and sell to that audience. Because when you're promoting through email, of course, if you're an authority figure and people know, like, and trust you, obviously, then they're more willing to buy from you, and you're going to be able to increase your sales that way. So that's why I preach and promote the authority branding, because you're able to obviously have the people listen to you, believe what you say, trust you, and trust your recommendations to come and buy from you. That's why obviously influencer marketing is so powerful on YouTube and Instagram, for example. So I hope you got some value out of today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and a like, and also leave me your questions and comments in the comment section below, and I'm more than happy to answer any of your email marketing questions that you have. And if you haven't already subscribed to the Success Nation, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell beside that, as I'm dropping pure value content on this channel every single day on business, marketing, and entrepreneurship. And thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this journey, as I want to see you the best and biggest success that you deserve to be. Once again, my name is Maher Abiad, and I will catch you guys in the next video.